Ladies, if you're tossing and turning at night, waking up groggy, or feeling like your mind just won't shut off, it might not be your age, your hormones, or even your stress levels. It could be what you're eating in the hours before bed. And today, as a doctor who's seen hundreds of women struggle with sleep, I'm going to reveal the 6 worst foods senior women eat before bed, and exactly why they're keeping you awake. Trust me, you'll want to hear number 6 because it's a healthy snack you've probably been told is good for you. Before we start, tell me in the comments, what's one thing you always eat or drink before bed? I bet I can tell you whether it's sabotaging your sleep. And of course, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss my next women's health tip. 1. Dark chocolate. Let's start with dark chocolate, a popular choice for many women as a healthier treat. It's true, dark chocolate is rich in antioxidants called flavonoids, which help support heart health and even improve blood flow. But here's the catch. Dark chocolate is also a natural source of caffeine, and more importantly, theobromine. Now, caffeine is well known, and many of us understand that it can interfere with sleep. But the key detail most people don't realize is how much slower our bodies clear caffeine as we get older. Research shows that in older adults, the half-life of caffeine, the time it takes for the body to eliminate half of it, can be significantly longer than in younger people. This means a cup of coffee or even a piece of dark chocolate eaten in the evening can still be stimulating your brain hours later, well into your usual bedtime. But caffeine isn't the only stimulant hiding in dark chocolate. Theobromine, a compound chemically similar to caffeine, can actually increase your heart rate and stimulate your nervous system. It can make you feel jittery or restless, the exact opposite of what you want when you're trying to fall asleep. Imagine this. You've had a stressful day, and you reward yourself with a small piece of dark chocolate after dinner. You feel good for a moment, but as the evening wears on, your heart starts racing. You toss and turn, your mind won't quiet down, and you find yourself staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., frustrated and exhausted. This isn't just a story. Many of my patients have shared this experience, and once they cut out evening dark chocolate, their sleep improved dramatically. So my advice, if you love dark chocolate, and I don't blame you, save it for earlier in the day, ideally before 3 p.m. That way, your body has time to clear the caffeine and theobromine before you're ready to sleep. 2. Spicy foods. Next up, spicy foods. If you're someone who enjoys a little heat in your meals, you may want to reconsider having that spicy curry or chili right before bedtime. The problem with spicy foods is twofold. First, they raise your core body temperature. Now, this might not sound like a big deal, but when it comes to sleep, it's critical. Our bodies naturally cool down in the evening, signaling that it's time to wind down and prepare for deep, restful sleep. This drop in temperature is necessary to trigger the release of melatonin, your body's primary sleep hormone. When you eat spicy food, your body temperature rises, sometimes by as much as 1 or 2 degrees. This increase can delay the natural cooling process and therefore delay sleep onset. You might find yourself lying awake, sweating or uncomfortable, unable to drift off because your body is still hot. Second, and this is even more important for senior women, spicy foods are a common trigger for acid reflux and heartburn. You may not have noticed this before, but as we age, the muscle that keeps stomach acid from flowing back into the esophagus, called the lower esophageal sphincter, tends to weaken. This means acid reflux becomes more common, and spicy food can irritate your digestive system further. Imagine eating a spicy meal at 7 p.m., then going to bed at 9:30. Lying flat allows stomach acid to creep back up, causing that burning sensation in your chest or throat, heartburn, which is not only painful but can wake you up multiple times at night. Over time, chronic reflux can even damage your esophagus, so it's not something to ignore. Many of my patients have switched to milder dinners in the evening, saving their spicy cravings for lunch. The difference in their sleep quality has been remarkable. Less waking up, less discomfort, and waking up feeling refreshed instead of drained. So if you love your spice, keep it to lunchtime or earlier, and try soothing, low-acid foods in the evening like steamed veggies, oatmeal, or a small portion of lean protein. 3. Fatty meats and cheese plates. Now, let's talk about one of the most common yet overlooked sleep disruptors, fatty meats and rich cheese plates. I get it. After a long day, nothing beats a savory charcuterie board with creamy cheeses, salty meats like salami or pepperoni, and maybe even some nuts or olives. But these foods are often loaded with saturated fats and salt, and that combination can be a real sleep thief, especially for senior women. First, fatty foods take a long time to digest. Digestion is an energy-intensive process. When you eat a heavy, fatty meal close to bedtime, your digestive system has to work hard instead of resting. Your body stays in active digestion mode, rather than switching to the rest and repair mode that supports deep sleep. Why does this matter? Because deep sleep is the phase where your body heals itself, your brain consolidates memories, and your immune system gets a boost. If your body is still busy breaking down fats at midnight, you'll find yourself waking up restless, or having lighter sleep cycles. Also, many processed meats and cheeses are high in sodium. High salt intake before bed can cause dehydration and make you thirsty during the night. The result? You're waking up repeatedly to drink water or use the bathroom, both of which break your sleep cycles and leave you tired the next day. There's also an increased risk that fatty and salty foods can exacerbate high blood pressure and fluid retention, two conditions common in senior women that can affect sleep quality and overall health. I've seen patients who love their evening cheese plates, but didn't realize this habit was the culprit behind their frequent nighttime awakenings. After switching to lighter evening meals, like baked chicken breast with steamed vegetables, they noticed better sleep within days. If you do want a late-night snack, try something light and easy to digest. A small handful of almonds or a piece of fruit can be just as satisfying without weighing down your system or raising your salt intake too much. 4. Sugary desserts. Sweet treats after dinner can feel like the perfect way to unwind, right? But for senior women, sugary desserts before bed are one of the worst things you can do for your sleep quality. Let me explain why. When you consume a dessert loaded with sugar, whether it's cake, cookies, ice cream, or even a sweetened yogurt, your blood sugar levels spike rapidly. This causes your pancreas to release a surge of insulin to bring your blood sugar back down. But this crash in blood sugar can happen unpredictably and may cause your body to release stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol to stabilize things. This sudden hormonal response wakes up your nervous system, the same system you desperately want to calm down before bed. It can make your heart race, your thoughts spiral, and your body feel restless. For younger adults, blood sugar regulation is usually efficient, but as we age, insulin sensitivity declines naturally. This means your body becomes less efficient at managing blood sugar swings. These fluctuations can lead to frequent awakenings during the night, restless legs, and difficulty falling back asleep after waking. Another issue is that elevated blood sugar before bedtime can increase nighttime urination, known as nocturia, a big problem many senior women face. You wake up thirsty and need to use the bathroom, which breaks your sleep cycle and leaves you tired the next day. I've seen countless women tell me they love their sweet fix at night, but they also complain of waking up exhausted or even experiencing nighttime anxiety. When they cut out or drastically reduce sugar after dinner, their sleep deepens, they feel more rested, and even their energy and mood improve throughout the day. So what's a better option? Try a small portion of low glycemic fruits like berries or a tablespoon of natural nut butter if you crave something sweet. These options release sugar slowly and won't cause that harmful blood sugar roller coaster. 5. Alcohol. The classic nightcap, a glass of wine, a cocktail, or maybe a nighttime whiskey to help you wind down. It's a ritual many senior women swear by. But here's the truth from a doctor's perspective. Alcohol is one of the most misunderstood sleep disruptors. Alcohol might help you fall asleep faster, but it ruins the quality of that sleep dramatically. It disrupts the REM stage of sleep, which is the phase where your brain processes emotions, memories, and learning. Without enough REM sleep, you wake up feeling foggy, forgetful, or emotionally fragile. As women age, alcohol's effects on the body intensify. We have less water in our bodies, meaning the alcohol concentration in our blood stays higher for longer. Plus, liver function, which processes alcohol, tends to slow down. This means alcohol stays in your system longer, causing prolonged disruption of your sleep cycles. Moreover, alcohol relaxes the muscles around your throat, increasing the risk of snoring and sleep apnea, both of which fragment your sleep and reduce oxygen flow. This is especially important for senior women who already face a higher risk of sleep apnea but often remain undiagnosed. Drinking alcohol also increases urine production, a diuretic effect, meaning you're more likely to wake up multiple times needing the bathroom. Each interruption is another blow to restorative sleep. I've had patients who were convinced alcohol was helping them sleep, but after simply removing alcohol from their evening routine, their sleep became longer, deeper, and more refreshing. They reported waking feeling energized rather than groggy. My recommendation? Save alcohol for early evening and limit it to one standard drink max. And if you struggle with sleep, try cutting it out completely for a week and notice how your nights improve. 6. Healthy late-night yogurt. This one is a big surprise for many women. The healthy yogurt before bed. You've been told yogurt is an excellent source of calcium and probiotics, which can improve gut health. And during the day, that's absolutely true. But consuming yogurt right before bedtime can backfire for several reasons. First, dairy products can cause digestive discomfort even if you don't have a diagnosed lactose intolerance. As we age, the production of lactase, the enzyme needed to digest lactose, often decreases. This leads to mild bloating, gas, or cramping that can disturb your ability to fall asleep or cause awakenings during the night. Second, many flavored yogurts are loaded with added sugars or artificial sweeteners, which create the same blood sugar spikes and crashes we talked about earlier. The sugar in these yogurts can trigger restless sleep or nighttime awakenings. And third, if you top your yogurt with granola, dried fruit, or honey, thinking you're making it healthier, you're often adding even more sugar and calories that are hard to burn off before bed. This means your digestive system has to work overtime, interfering with your natural melatonin release and sleep rhythms. Some women think the probiotics in yogurt might help their digestion at night, but the research on this is mixed. It's better to consume probiotics during the day when your digestion is active. If you love yogurt, have it earlier in the day or at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Opt for plain, unsweetened yogurt and consider adding fresh berries or a sprinkle of cinnamon instead of sugary toppings. If you're struggling with digestion or sleep, try eliminating late-night dairy altogether for a few nights and see how your sleep improves.